What's the deal, yo? Welcome to another episode of Philly to Detroit Boxing. We got another special guest on with us today, man. 7-0, 5 knockouts, man. Jeffrey Shark Hudson. What's the deal, bro? What's going on?
I'm feeling good, feeling sharp, getting ready for June 13th.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's fight week, man. It's fight week. How you been preparing? Like, what's your camp been like? How you feeling throughout camp?
Camp been going great, man. I've been getting a much needed rounds from various different guys, you know what I mean? Four different guys each session. You know what I mean? Good miles, good mitts, good skill training, good strength and conditioning. So everything is going accordingly to plan for sure.
No, for sure, man. And then just kind of give us a little background on you, man. We know you from Toledo, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Give us a little bit of background on what it was like growing up in Toledo. Obviously, we know Ohio is a boxing hotbed. What was it like just getting your experience from down there?
Getting the boxing experience is tough, man, because you know Ohio runs boxing, so it's no easy way, through Ohio. With that being said, I started late. I was kind of like a late bloomer to boxing. I started about what, like 17. So I kind of got ran, like, I ain't gonna say hot, but I got ran kind of hot. Like, I had four, novice amateur fights, and then I turned open with my fifth. You feel me? Having basically all elite open fights. So with that being said, I was getting in there with guys that was way more experienced, way more skilled, been in the game long, been doing this since they was 8, so not only that, with Team Cartel, so we, one of the most prestigious amateur programs in the country, so getting in with those guys, soaking that game up, going around, traveling everywhere as well, just getting work from everywhere, so it was kind of tough though. It was kind of tough, I had my dings and booms, but eventually I snapped on and start clicking. You know what I mean?
Mm-mm.
Or being so that you started boxing late at 17, at what age you kind of feel like you decided like basically this time I'm gonna take care of myself and my family?
I say about 19, cause I was still like kind of on the fence. I was playing baseball. I was a ball player. I had went to college or whatever,
Hmm.
and I was playing ball, and that didn't work out for me. And I really didn't have no other plans outside of baseball. I was boxing a little bit, and then I got back in the gym once I left and I started winning. And it gave me the urge, the hunger and the thrill, that getting your hand raised ain't nothing like that. So once I started getting that, it just the switch was on from that standpoint.
No effects. And tell us a little bit about working with Team Cartel a little bit more. Obviously, like you said, one of the more prestigious amateur programs in the country. What was it like? How did you get into the program like that? With you starting so late, did you kind of already know people, or did they just kind of welcome you with open arms?
So basically how that turned out, I originally started with my granddad, Michael Smith, may he rest in peace. I was with him and I was training with him, and he had stage 4 cancer, and he ended up and he was on his way out, kind of like when while he was training me, and they had hosted a show, and like how the game, they really didn't know me at the time, so like you know how guys try to get club shows to get their guys ready, for the tournaments that's coming up. And what they had me do was they try to basically have me be a guy that get somebody ready for a tournament. He was a national champion, had like 100 some fights. Yeah, he was pretty good. And basically he was just supposed to blow me out the water. But at the fight I ended up beating him. And when I beat him, like Coach Rob and them came up to me like, man, this kid special. He can be a real national champion, Mike, and he got the potential. He got the potential and things like that. So as time went on, my granddad ended up passing away, and I kind of like got away from the sport for like a month or two. And Coach Rob DM me like, hey man. Don't give it up, man. You got a shot, man. Just give yourself a chance, man. Just you can really fight. And when I came to the team, he brought me to the team, and it was on from there.
No facts, and y'all just got crazy working there. Everybody throughout the gym, you know what I mean, is dogs. I just recently I went to an event yesterday and seen some of y'all fighters down there too. Y'all just got some dogs down there, man. Y'all known for it. You know what I'm saying?
No
And
doubt.
and then just you fairly new as a pro, 7 fights in. What's the experience been like, man? How have you been adjusting?
I'm gonna tell you like this. My route been a little different from others. My past couple fights, I've been kind of taking the route to prepare me for what's to come in the near future. So, I had two previous 6 round fights with pretty decent guys. It got kind of hot in that kitchen, and it gave me the experience that I need. You know what I mean? Is to show like that I'm here. A lot of guys try to pick the route where they fight just a million bums, and then you really don't grow in that process. You know what I mean? You really don't get yourself ready for the things that's to come. You'll go 15, 16, 0, you'll step up and fight a guy and lose because you don't really know how it feel to be under pressure, face adversity, things like that, fighting a guy that's actually pushing back, trying to win the fight just as much as you. So I take that and say I've been soaking up a lot of game from that. Not only that, I fought a veteran with like fucking 60 fights. That was a nice experience, and now I'm in there with an undefeated guy. So I feel like, and we're going 8 rounds. So I feel like that's going, well, if he can make 8 rounds, but I feel like that's giving me good experience that I need, to be a better pro.
No facts for sure.
Yeah, that's a fast pace, 8 rounder and 8 fight.
Yeah,
No,
I'm on 8 rounds.
no, I was gonna say, was that kind of like a plan for y'all to before you became pro, before you took your first fight? Did y'all kind of map this out for you?
No, honestly, no. As time went on, it grew on, but they kind of called me like a workhorse. Like I work real hard, like extremely hard. So with that being said, we always knew that we wanted more rounds for me because we know that that's gonna work in my favor. Like a lot of guys be highly skilled and this and this and that, but they don't really be well prepared. You know what I mean? A lot of these guys start off hot. They'd be good at three, maybe 3 rounds or whatever. But as the fight goes on, they die down. As the fight goes on, I starts to catch my second win and burst out. So we figure me fighting more rounds give me a better favor, and it been working for me.
No, real shit. And then, how kind of would you describe your style in that sense? I've seen you. I had the pleasure of seeing you fight a couple of times down here in Detroit. And you blasted them dudes right up out of there. Is that kind of is that kind of your style? Are you looking to get them up out of there, or are you just kind of taking it how it come?
I pretty much take it how it come, really, because styles make fights. You know what I mean? And every opponent is not going to fight you the same, and every opponent is not going to have the same skill level. So, with that being said, I adjust to what's needed to get the win. Obviously, if I can get you out of there, I'll get you out of there because I don't get paid for overtime. But I definitely want to bring the fight to you and try to see, if you can keep up. But if you can, I can box you, I can bang, I can move, I can switch hit. I can pretty much do it all. So whatever I need to do to get the win, we gonna do it. Listen to my coach, stick to the game plan and just execute and just take it from there and get the win. Make sure my hand raised at the end of the night.
No, facts for sure.
Mm. Are you signed to anybody?
Yeah, I'm actually signed on a management contract with Rising Stars Boxing Promotions with Ryan Dickey. I'm not on a promotion contract, no.
Oh,
No, real shit. And then, bro, just kind of fighting at 130. How you feel at 130? Do you see yourself being there for a little while?
To be completely honest with you, I used to fight lower than that. So like I definitely can be at 130 for a while, like a while. Not only that, I'm kind of like older, so I know like I'm not going to get too much bigger. I'm done growing at this point. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I can be at 130 for quite some time now, really.
No, I feel that. What kind of like your main motivations for like trying to work at this thing, man? Obviously, we know it's a grimy, tough game, man. What's like your main motivations for it?
For one, my kids, just being able to be in a situation and position to be able to, provide for them and put them in a better financial situation than I was, growing up as a kid. Not only that, just the doubt people being underachievers and things like that, and they try to put that on your life and try to tell you like, oh, you can't achieve that, you can't do this, you can't do that. You know what I mean? So it just put the fire in me. You just fuel it to the fire, and I just take that and run with it. Not only that, I got a lot of people depending on me, a lot of people that just believe in me. You know what I mean? A lot of people that just wish I do well and don't want nothing from me. You know what I mean? So that's another thing.
Uh, Speak on your team a little bit, just the people behind the scenes that get you ready for your fights.
I'll say Robert Muffer Senior, Robert Muffer Junior, Arturo, um, Richie, Coach Hunt, Coach Nutt, Tom Beverly. Those guys, man, they just keep me going. They help me, assist me, and do everything, they possibly can to help me get to the next level and to continue to, be the fighter that I need to be. So I just want to thank them or whatever. Coach Rob Senior is my head coach. Junior is my assistant. Coach Richie is my mid man. Arturo is my cut man, and Coach Hunt is like the strength and conditioning coach.
Was there some things that kind of surprised you from, obviously being this, an elite amateur coming from an elite program and stepping into the pros? Was there anything that surprised you?
Yeah, how I feel to get hit with them little gloves.
Them little ass gloves, man.
Hey, hey, I don't know no other feeling, bro. A jab of hey, people think people be falling out and doing the nah, them gloves is small. You get knocked out with a jab with them 8 ounces on. Them gloves is pretty small. So you gotta make sure and that's another thing that stiffened up my defense. My defense used to be a little sussy. Hey, once you start getting hit, yeah, you ain't got no choice but to make sure you get that shit together. So that definitely is one of the main things that surprised me for sure.
No, we get a lot of people that say that. A lot of pros that like a lot of early pros say that same thing, man. Like that damn 8 ounce glove is different, man.
Yeah, I ain't gonna sugarcoat it, you know what I mean? So I tell people, man, make sure you take your time and make sure you ready to take that shirt off and that headgear, because once it's off, ain't no turning back.
Duh, man, for real. Cause like you said, just like a jab will knock you out. You might not have been
Sure.
susceptible. You might not have really had your chin tested, even as a high level amateur for real. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
uh,
And then you get in that motherfucker, man. It's a whole different ball game.
Hey, I'm telling you, boy, I'm telling you, a lot of guys they forget about that part. Like, yeah, you got a plan till you get punched in the face.
Oh
So,
shit.
so you better be ready to, cause it's the sport. You gonna get hit.
So yeah, I about to say you're gonna get tested. It's just now you gotta be able to adjust to that shit now.
Exactly.
The Bruce. And how do you like mentally prepare for a fight, man? Like what do you kind of go through to get yourself ready and get yourself, ready to go to war per se?
In all honesty, I don't got to get myself ready because I stay ready. I'm always in tune in boxing. I sleep, eat, breathe boxing. So when you do that, your mind is always in tune. You know what I mean? I'm watching boxing on my phone. I'm watching it on TV. I'm studying. I'm in the gym. I'm kind of like a fighter. Like I'll get out of the fight and be right back in the gym. My coach will kick me out the gym. Like it's like I feel like the more you stay dedicated and more in tune with it. You know what I mean? That's stay as closest to the game as possible. You ain't gonna you won't lack. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
And
that's
kind
just how
of
I pretty much look at it.
right. And going off that a little bit, do you kind of we know you not that. How old are you now?
I'm
Actually.
27.
Okay, so yeah, you older in the game per se. Do you kind of feel like part of that motivation or part of that mindset comes from like I don't have no time to waste?
Yeah, yeah, I do. But in all honesty, though, I will say this. I like that I started late because, just to touch on this situation, I kind of like that I started late because a lot of guys started very early and they started when they was like 8, 7, 10, and all that. This sport can burn you out. You can be burnt out. Like you can have a lot of collateral damage. You could take a lot of punches. You know what I mean? So, like with this being said, I'm happy that I started at boxing at the age that I did. So now it's like I have a lot of fire. Like I just go, 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 go. And it's like a lot of guys been doing it for so much longer than me. It's like they at that point like fuck another day of this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
See me, I wake up like I love this shit. Like I don't like cutting weight and shit, but I love this shit. I do this shit. I sleep, eat, breathe it. So, with that being said, it's just I don't know. I think it's a blessing for real.
No, yeah, yeah. And then like to that point too, like you say, a guy might have started at 7 and y'all might be the same age. He 20 years in, you know what I mean?
Exactly. He like I'm ready to be done with this shit.
Yeah, I was it was crazy. I was actually just talking to Rock Pitts, a friend of mine, basically, and we was talking about prodigies, like a bunch of kids that we used to watch 10 years ago, and the conversation was basically like, out of all them kids we talking about, only one of them still box. Like they all do other stuff now, just because they got burnt out. And
Yeah.
these is kids that, like I said, when they was 7, 8, 9, you looked at them like they definitely gonna be world champions. And like I said, we was talking about 6 kids. It's probably one or two of them that still box.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like, so that's why I'm kind of happy, like, that I was, able to start a little later. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
No,
then,
yeah.
in all honesty, people see me fight, they wouldn't even know that. Like, they wouldn't even know, like, oh, okay, he started late or nothing like that. You know what I mean? Like, they'll look at me like I've been boxing just as long as all the other guys.
No, I definitely wouldn't have guessed that until you just told me. You know what I mean? I think I would have, especially with you, obviously being with the cartel team and stuff. Like I would have guessed you started right 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. You know what I
Uh,
mean?
I was
I
gonna
ain't,
ask you. A coach from Philly said that Greg Hackett. I don't know if you know him, but he said one of the good things about working with fighters that start late, that is a little older, is they got their mind made up already.
exactly.
Do you feel like you related to that a little bit?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. It's like, my mind is made. I'm a fighter. This is what I'm doing. This is what's gotta happen. Ain't no plan B. You know what I mean? This is what I wanna do. This is what I gotta do. You know what I mean? So like what you saying to counter off that, I kinda feel like that's true. You know what I mean? Cause a lot of younger guys and all that, like they on the fence, they 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Maybe they, distracted by this. Maybe they wanna try this or do that. Like me, on the other hand, no, I'm strictly boxing. This is,
Hmm.
so yeah, I do believe that's true.
No, fact. And could you shout out some of the guys that give you some good work in sparring or any good gyms around Toledo or just the surrounding areas?
I am most definitely Isaiah Darton, Ushore Williams, Wayne Lawrence, Gavin Richards, Martin Tucker, Ryan Williams, um, um, um. There's so many names, man.
I feel it. Now, shout out to a lot of them guys. We had Yeshua on a podcast before too. Shout out to Yeshua. Ryan, a good fighter too. I seen Ryan fight a bunch of times. He a dog in there too for them lower weight classes. He gonna be a problem. So yeah, they got some dogs in there that you getting good work in with for sure.
Yeah, oh yeah, Thomas Covenant too.
Oh
Don't
yeah, shout out
forget.
to Thomas too, man. Yeah, he just
Yeah.
got his pro debut win. Shout out to Thomas.
And one last person, Nolan Huntley. My fault, Nolan Huntley.
I know that name too. I gotta think. I gotta probably. I know that name too though.
Yeah, one last. Yeah, he like a 20-time national
Did we
champion.
have Thomas Covington on here too, or I'm tripping?
Yeah, we had Thomas and KK on here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, little KK. It's his birthday today.
Oh yeah, I gotta see. Yeah, he just fought yesterday. I got it. It's on his birthday.
Yeah.
And then just kind of tell us what it means to like fight, be a fighter from Toledo. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, with the long history of great fighters just in Ohio in general, do you kind of hold that on your shoulders, like
Yeah.
as like a prideful kind of thing?
Oh yeah, most definitely because we have champions that comes out of Toledo. We have current world champion, which is a woman, O'Shea Jones. Then we got a former Robert Easter Jr. Then we got an Olympian, Devin Vargas. So we I can go on and on and on really with the list. So we got Albert Bell. He's where he at. He fighting for IBF title eliminator against Andy Cruz. So it's like not only that, Jared Anderson, one of the best heavyweights, currently. So with that being said, man, it's an honor and it's an honor to carry that for sure because I believe Toledo is almost a gold mine. I'm telling you, it's a gold mine Toledo with boxers for sure. So I
Oh yeah,
definitely
Ohio, like I said, that's one of the ones where Ohio got a lot of people. My second favorite fighter of all time is from Ohio, AB.
that's my
My
guy too.
guy,
I ain't gonna lie, that's my guy too.
that's
I
my
can't lie.
guy. So I always, and it's crazy. I fucked with AB so heavy at one point. Robert Easter was like my third favorite fighter just because I banged with AB that much.
Yeah, they was
And
band
and
champ.
Robert was nice too.
Yeah, yeah. Robert was nice. He was
Yeah,
he was long to be fighting 35.
Yeah,
He
man.
was a long guy and he was twitchy. You know.
Yeah.
yeah, he
And
put on
Robert
some
looked like he
nice
like
fight. Yeah,
6'2", man, fighting at
Yeah.
yeah,
Hey,
135, man.
believe it or not, man, the last person I fought was 6'3".
Damn. No, I did see the weigh in. I did see the weigh in. He was
Bro,
big as hell. I did see that
bro,
shit.
bro, like I ain't gonna lie, it was moments in the fight like I was just catching myself jump up the punch. Cause like he kept like every time I hurt him with a shot, you run, get all on the ropes and high guard. And I'm trying to jump up to punch him. He's so tall. I'm like, golly.
Dude, that should be crazy. How them dudes be trying to fight at 130 and
I
130.
actually fought a tall guy from your way. You see, you from Philly, right?
yeah.
Yeah, LeVay Lawrence, dude, long too.
I
How
think I
tall is
see.
he?
LeVay is long, bro. Dude, like 6'1".
Yeah, I don't know how them guys be making them weight
And we
classes.
fought at 128.
Yeah,
Damn.
I don't know how people be making them weight classes, man. They don't like Fundora. I just don't get it.
See, the thing is, a lot of guys that's tall and long and lanky, they don't have no muscle mass.
That's what it looked
Uh,
like with Fundora. He just strictly bone in
Yeah,
that bit.
that's what it is. Like they don't have no muscle mass, like none. Like when you got muscles, muscles, a lot of water being in your muscles. You know what I mean?
mm.
But when you skinny like that and just narrow, like
Cause
that's how they make
his
you
sister the
weight.
same way. She like 5'9", fighting at 112.
Yeah, she said she was going down to 108.
Yeah, so it's like she about to be 100 pounds out this joint.
Yeah, 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 definitely.
She
Like
tripping. She big as
and she
hell
got a
too,
nice
dude.
height on her. Like she 5'9". Like for a girl that's tall. Like
Yeah, but hey, man, they metabolism high, and whatever they nutrition side of it or whatever, they probably making that shit happen easy.
That's what I said. Fundora don't look like he like struggling to make that weight at all. Like it don't look like it's difficult for him.
Nah, he ain't
I'm
struggling to make
waiting.
that weight.
I'm waiting for somebody to be built like that and be an all-time great fighter, so I could see them just run through like 6 weight classes.
I mean, yeah, I mean Benavidez.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
even
he
him, he still fight heavy.
Yeah,
he
he does.
Like
yeah.
Fundora, like Fundora, like his sister, she could real life become a 7-8 division champion. Like for the female way, she that good to me. But
Yeah, I don't think we gonna see no more of that since Pacquiao, and we all know what he was doing. He was never that little, getting that big.
I
He
always
said
I
Pacquiao's on
always
that
bring it.
shit, man.
We be talking about that. I always used to bring that. I laid off Pack in a
He
little bit.
started off at like 115, 112,
People don't
115.
understand. Like you gotta for to do what Pacquiao did. Imagine Bam Rodriguez become a great welterweight one day. Like people don't
Bro,
understand. Like what
he
he did
finished
was
off at
crazy.
super welter.
Like
Bro, at 50, bro, he tripping.
54. Like, what is you doing? Like, ain't no way you got that big, bro.
Dude. Kind of speak on like making weight, just for people who don't know the process of it. Speak on that, and then also kind of speak on the rehydration process, because I don't think a lot of people really realize or know how y'all kind of gain the weight back in that day.
All right, I'll say I speak on a little bit. I can't give too much of my
Yeah,
little
nothing. Yeah, you don't
tricks,
get yeah
but
tricks out. Yeah.
what I say, like far as making the weight, I say just try to stay off of like the fried foods, greasy foods, and things like that. Try to stay away from the carbs and sodium as much as possible close to fight week. Just stick to lean sources and things like that. Not only that though, during fight week, you should probably try to up your fat count. You know what I mean? Fat count on food and protein. You know what I mean? Just to keep sustaining energy so you can, make sure you can work out that whole week. Don't cut water too early. That's what a lot of guys do. And then once they do that, they start water retention. So I say that make sure you just stick to drinking electrolytes and things like that so you could stay leveled or whatever, keep your potassium levels good, things like that. Far as cutting, and then like rehydration wise, I would say make sure you taking your supplements. Like supplements is key. Like even with cutting weight, like supplements is key. A lot of guys just get off the scale and think they gonna chug a whole bunch of water and then just think like, no, it don't work like that. You gotta put the magnesium in your body, the B12, I can go on and on and on, multivitamins, all type of things like that. You need to replenish the body a proper way. Drink some Himalaya salt and water, things like that. Because if you're not hydrating properly, if you just drinking a whole bunch of Gatorades and all that bull stuff, and you thinking you hydrating properly, you gonna fail.
No, I be just wondering how that work, because like you said, you can kind of tell when guys like maybe don't really feel right on fight night, possibly due to that not rehydrating right. Uh
And then a lot of guys be cheap. Like when it comes, I'm gonna just be honest. Like when it comes to cutting weight and all this and regaining fuel and stuff, that is the most important part. Like, if you don't feel good, you're not gonna perform good. If you're not gonna feel properly, you're not gonna perform properly. Like after those weigh-ins, you gotta make sure you putting those proper carbs in your body. You gotta make sure you putting the right everything back into you. I'm telling you, because if you don't, when you fight long rounds, like a lot of guys problem be too, they try to cut weight way too late. And once you cut weight way too late, now you killing your legs, you killing a lot of your energy, and then you'll make the weight, but then when it's time to fight, you don't got no legs. So like you gotta definitely watch what you're doing. You know what I mean? With this stuff, you gotta watch what you're doing. And believe it or not, 90% of the boxing game don't really know about this part of boxing. Like even the coaches that been around for years and years and years and years, like the nutrition side is serious, and a lot of people don't understand it. Like, losing all that water and all that, it can play with your brain and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So you lose a lot. Like you lose a lot in these weight cuts and things like that. Even if you're not cutting a lot, like that's what people aren't fail to realize. Like they think like, oh, I'm about to just go sit in the sauna and just dry myself out. Like, no, believe it or not, I don't even touch saunas to make weight.
I actually heard a nutritionist say that ain't the best way to do
It's
that
not
shit.
because it dehydrates you.
Yeah.
Like what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to drink water and flush it. People think like, oh, I'm about to cut water. So if you cut your water, guess what? Now you gotta eat less, and now guess what? You gotta work less. You know what I mean? If you drinking more water, your metabolism gonna stay high. You know what I mean? Your metabolism stay high, and then you can consume more food. You know what I mean? That don't mean go eating a whole bunch of bull stuff, eating a whole bunch of salt and carbs and all that. But the more water you drink, the more metabolism stay up. So it's all science to it, really. It's a science. I mean, and plus you gotta know your body at that too.
No, real shit.
Yeah, and everything is like a calorie deficit. So like if you managing the calorie deficit, you should be just fine. You know what I mean?
And what's your thoughts on the landscape at 130 right now? You know what I mean? Obviously, it's some good fighters right there. You got Shaq Foster, you got your Navarrete. Just your thoughts on the division at the moment.
I believe that is open. I believe that once I get there, a lot of those guys will be gone.
Yeah.
A lot of those guys will be gone. They'll probably be up or whatever the case may be. So I believe that it's in a good spot. It's in a good position. I like the way. Don't get it twisted though. I'm still looking at 126 too. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not all the way sure about being a 130 pounder. I'm just being honest with you.
I was thinking the
I
same.
still be looking at the 126-pound division 100%. Shu, Angelo Leo, and all those type of guys. I definitely keep my eyes real close on them. And then the 130 pounders. I mean, hey, but you know, God is the final say to everything. So I just continue to just work and just take one fight at a time. I don't overlook no one and just keep what's in front of me, the task at hand, so I can make sure those opportunities, come in my career.
No, real shit. And then just kind of going back to the beginning of your career, was you nervous kind of starting off as a pro? I know you say, obviously with the mindset you have, obviously, you super confident, man, and it's like you said, this your job, this is the end all be all. But were you nervous for that first fight?
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I'm nervous every fight. like, like I'm not about to sit here and be the woolly bully bad tough guy. Like, I mean, obviously, the nerves and jitters and shit go away once you get in that ring. Once that bell ring is on. But you always get the nervous feeling because every fighter got that. I don't want to lose in the back of their head, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I don't want to underperform. I don't want to, have a bad outing. You know what I mean? So that's always a fight, always in a fighter mind. And if they tell you it's not, they lying. So, I always get a bit nervous, but it shakes off for sure.
No, yeah, for sure. And what you think separates you just from other fighters in the game right now?
Work ethic, consistency, dedication, determination. I'm just a different type of fighter when it comes to this. A lot of guys they they perpetrate, they faking. They not really sleep, eating, breathing, boxing. I work out 3 times a day. These guys do 10% of what I do. So that's what separate me. It's guys that's crazy good, that have crazy amount of skill. You throw them in there with me for 8 or 10 rounds, they ain't gonna last. They gonna look good the first three. I'm telling you. But after that, I'm telling you, my coach Rob Muffrey, he would tell you, Jeff is a bad man at 8 and 10 round fights. Now, if you get him in the four, some shit like that, you might catch him. But you getting them late rounds is gonna be bad because my tempo and my condition and my work rate, my strength, my power it just don't die. It just goes up as the fight goes. So that's what separate me, the will and the mind. You know what I mean?
My guy, bro, Jeffrey Hudson, bro. Let the people know where they can find you at, bro.
You can find me on Instagram, Jeffrey Hudson Jr., Facebook, Jeffrey Hudson Jr., Twitter, Jeffrey Hudson Jr., and TikTok, Jeffrey Hudson Jr. Jeffrey the Baskin Shark Hudson Jr., man. Team
Let them know when you getting
Cartel.
back in the ring.
Oh
Fight
yeah, I'm
week.
getting back in the ring June 13th against Edgar Dominguez, Small Arms. Don't you miss it. Don't you miss it.
Fight week, man.